Today we're going to be starting simple interest. We use the formula I equals PRT. I is going to be your interest. P is your principal. R is your rate. And T is going to be your time in years. Make sure you write down in years because if it's not in years, we need to convert it. So your simple interest is interest that's applied for the initial amount or the amount that's borrowed and invested. The principal is the initial amount that is borrowed or invested. So let's look at an example. Victoria opened a savings account with a deposit of $300. She will earn 1.6% each year on her money. We want to know how much interest, or I, over a period of 5 years. So let's build our equation. We're looking for I. We know our principal, which was the $300 that she's depositing. Before we add in our rate, we need to turn it into a decimal by moving over twice to the left. So our rate as a decimal would be 0.016. And they told us our time is 5 years. Now we're going to multiply this all together, and our answer is going to be in dollars. This is how much money they're adding on to what she started with, and when I multiply this together, I get $24. Next question, Victoria is considering using another bank that will pay her 2.5%. If she switches to this bank and opens her account with $250, we want to know over 8 years how much will she make. So starting with I, this is what we're looking for, our amount of interest. The amount that she's putting in is our principal, $250. Our rate is 2.5% or 2.5%. As long as we see a percent sign, we need to turn this into a decimal. So I'm going to get rid of my percent sign, move over twice to the left, and this becomes 0.025. And last, our time is a period of 8 years. Now I'm going to multiply this all together, and again, my answer is going to be in dollars. This is money, and she's going to make $50 over a period of 8 years. Now sometimes they're going to ask you to find the percent, so we're going to use what we know to figure out the missing pieces. So for example, Maya's older sister got a loan to buy a used car for $3,400. I need to figure out my interest rate, which is my percent. So using the information in the flyer, I know that she's going to be doing this for 1 year, and I know that because it says every month. So now I'm going to figure out how much my percent is. So she's paying $8.50 in interest. That would be our I. Now I need to figure out if she's investing $3,400. We don't know our rate, and we said our time is 1 year because they said every month. Now I'm going to multiply this together. So I have $8.50 equals 3,400 R. And now I can solve this like a one-step equation by using my inverse operation. So I'm going to divide by 3,400 on each side, so that I can figure out that R is equal to 0.0025, Now this is a decimal, so I need to move my decimal over twice to turn it into a percent. So if I move twice over to the right, my rate is going to be 0.25%. Now sometimes they're going to ask you to find the principal. So using what we know, Jake opened a savings account that earns 1.5% interest. He estimates that if he does not change the amount of money in his account, he will earn $240 in interest. This is our I. After 10 years, this is time. I want to know how much he's going to deposit initially. So let's plug in what we know. My I is $240. I'm looking for the principal. And my rate, we need to turn into a decimal by moving over twice. Get rid of your percent sign. So this becomes 0.015. And last, we have a time of 10 years. So now I'm going to solve this again, just like the previous one, like a one-step equation. 10 times 15 thousandths becomes 15 hundredths P is equal to 240. And now I can solve this like a one-step equation using my inverse operation to figure out that she will initially be investing $1,600. Okay, last example, Caitlin's older brother borrowed money for school. He took out a loan that charged 6% simple interest. He will end up paying $720 in interest after 6 years. We're looking for your principal again. So interest is $720. We're looking for P. My percent as a decimal, I'm going to move over twice to get 0.06, and my time is 6. So I have 36 hundredths P, after I multiply together, is equal to 720. And now I'm going to isolate my variable, use my inverse operation, and divide by 36 hundredths on each side to figure out that P is equal to $2,000.